Hey guys, I'm gonna try and do this cloud technique. I just thought of it just a while ago. I haven't mastered it yet, but I did a little demo on this painting here. There was no clouds up there. How it's gonna work? It's like a swoop from the distance here, both ways, and I'm gonna do it here on this uh, painting. Do a demonstration, and then. I just came up with this idea. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this on the. I'll probably put this on private after. Uh, I don't know. I'll keep it on there for a couple hours so some people can see it. But I want to get the technique mastered until I leave the video on longer. Right now, you're just seeing this new idea. I just came up with it, and I'm gonna try and, you know, make a video of it. But I haven't got it mastered yet, so we're gonna see how it turns out. It might turn out really good. It's just a cool way to put your clouds in the sky and make them look like they have depth and distance, okay? Because a lot of times, if you're just starting out painting, and I never went to art school, so you just you just get these ideas as you paint. I paint pretty much every day, so I always pick up something new. So I'm just gonna do a quick, just an easy landscape here, but it's mainly gonna be about the clouds. So I'll do like a blue sky here, and what I'll do, I'll put a mountaintop in there just so we got some kind of reference. So there's the sky. Blend your sky in pretty good. A lot of times when I'm painting on the videos, I don't blend it in very well, but you should blend your sky in uh, to get all the brush strokes out. But I know I'm going to have some more clouds up there, so a lot of times they get covered anyway. But I cleaned my blender brush and it came out brand new again. But I'm going to save it for the next live video I do in a couple hours to do my clouds. It worked good. I don't know if you saw that video from yesterday, but I blended the clouds on this piece with that mop brush. You see how cool the clouds came out? But the clouds are not. You could see I just threw those clouds up there. I didn't have any depth to them, so this is where that depth is going to come in now. It's going to come into play, and it's going to make your clouds, your paintings look a lot better if your clouds have uh, dimension and perspective to the clouds as well. Okay, it's going to really make your paintings look good. Let's just uh, put some rugged peaks across here. Just any kind of style mountain back there. Maybe a hint on impressionism, maybe like that. All right. Yeah, I can't wait to try these clouds out. It's going to be cool. Maybe I have like a valley in here. I don't have very many colors down on my palette. This is supposed to be more about the clouds. I'm really not sure uh, what what brush to use up here, because this is a small canvas. This is 14 by 14. Uh, 14 by 14, so I'm going to use a fan brush up there. I don't know if you've watched my other videos. When I do my clouds, I kind of just throw them up there. I don't think about the perspective like this. See how this is like going back now to the distance? The clouds, if you think of the clouds the same way, this is what I'm trying to demonstrate right now. You'll have better clouds, okay? It just kind of hit me just a while ago. I'm like, why do my clouds look so terrible? I mean, the clouds look good, but they don't have depth as a lot of times, because I'm just doing them flat, like this cloud here. I just made it straight across. Uh, this one too, straight across, straight across. This one, I think in the video, I tried to say if you turn your clouds up at the end, you might get some depth to it, some depth. So that's what I'm going to do on this video. Here in a second, I'm almost done. Let me get all this underpaint in, and then I'll do the clouds. They're going to look cool. And hopefully somebody's on, because I don't think I'm going to save this video. So if you're watching now, you'll probably be the only ones to see this, because I haven't perfected the technique yet, but I think you'll like it. This is going to really help anybody out with their clouds, okay? But I'm pretty sure if you went to art school, they probably taught you something like this, but I didn't go to art school, so I come up with these ideas on my own. So I'm just going to use a fan brush to put the clouds in, because it's such a small painting. So here's the idea. Pick a point. You could pick a point on here for your distance, okay? Say we want the distance to be centered. So we want a small cloud back here, and we're going to bring clouds from there and make them come forward and get bigger. Okay, it's almost like this. See how this line, if you had a big tree here, if you had a big tree right here, you would want the trees to get smaller, right, going back. So that's the whole idea with the clouds, okay? Let me put a little color on there. You don't have to wet your brush. All right, so let's put a small cloud back here in the center. I'm going to do it right in the center. So that's going to represent a cloud that's really far away, okay? But what we want to do is we kind of want to make it swoop a little. So imagine a line. I'm going to actually put the line in. Coming down like this, coming forward. But then we're going to swoop up now. Up to the corner. Okay? So that's the line in this painting. You could put clouds anywhere on this line now, okay? But you want to get bigger as you move that way. So this one, you would leave small back there. You get a little bigger here, a little bigger here. I'll just put them on the line all the way up. We'll make a bigger cloud here. And then, of course, the one up top is going to be pretty big. You could probably fill this whole corner in with a cloud up here. So there's the idea. See how it looks like it's this is closest to us, this one here. And then you're going off into the distance, and then back here, way in the back, you would have really small clouds back here. Let's just put a few small ones back there right now. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. You could either start where this one's at, or you could start lower and swoop up this way. So, but this time I'm not going to put the line in. I'm going to use these clouds as reference on size, okay? So we got small ones here. We want it to swoop down just a little. And then you can start bringing it up, get a little bigger here. Bigger right here. And then your cloud up here would be the biggest cloud, so you could pretty much just fill it in up there. I'll show you how to shade these clouds here in a second. All right, but there's the idea. Can you kind of see the perspective now? Everything's going to the center here, and those are very far away, those clouds in the middle. Well, good. I'm glad I got 2 people watching this, because I don't think I'm gonna save it on the YouTube. I'm gonna save it, but I'm gonna put it in private. So here's the next thing. Since you're watching now, see the distance here? You could put anything in line with those small clouds. You could put over here as well. Smaller clouds right in line with those, okay? And then down here, you could run up towards the center there like that. You could put any size clouds in here or up in here now, okay? In these places that are left, you got carte blanche. You can put any size in these sections, okay? Just any size cloud in the middle or down here on the sides. You could put any size, okay? Let's just put a few different size clouds in there. That's fine. That looks good. See that? And then it still works. Your depth still works. All right, there you go. That's how you get your clouds to go off into the distance there. I mean, I'm just using white, but let me put some shading on those clouds. I'll use a little gray. Now there's a trick to shading the bottom of your clouds too. Uh, it's kind of, you could either just pick the bottom part of your cloud and just put some gray down there like this, just at the bottom. You got to blend it in there good, and then for it to look right. Just to get some, it puts a little uh, uh, dimension on your cloud, okay? Just by putting some gray on the bottom. Just like that. You don't even have to do, you don't have to do every cloud either. And where the two colors come together, you kind of want to blend it, okay? Where the two colors, the gray and the white come together, you want to blend it because you don't want to have a hard line in there like this. See that hard line there? So you want to blend that top line into the white. There we go. Then it looks more like a cloud. There you go, guys. I hope you liked that. Let's see who's on. If anybody I know is on. Nobody's chatting, but that's all right. Can you see the perspective in here now? This side is here going off into the distance. This side is coming down this way, swooping down and then up. Okay, down and then up. And then these clouds you could put anywhere you want. Any size, I mean. It doesn't have to follow that rule. And if you don't want to put those clouds in there, you'd really get the effect. See what I mean? It would look like everything's going off into the distance there. That came out pretty good. Now there's other things you can do. Like I see, if you want to make these clouds look more like rounded, you just get a little titanium white and I don't want to do it on this video, but you can kind of see round parts in there. You just got to get a little white. I'll do one and show you before I shut off. There's so many different ways to do clouds. Like you could come back and with some white, and let's just hit the top of this cloud here with some white. This one here, some bright white. just subtle look, but yeah, you can see it. I would just add a little bit of light here and there, because I mean it looks okay. Looks good to me. Your cloud, you don't have to make your clouds round either. You can pull them too, like this, okay, to get different looks. You don't have to make the tops round all the time, but it's up to you how you want your tops to look. I'm not going to spend any more time right now on the clouds, but there's some cool tips there for you. I guess I'll finish the painting now while I'm on live. This came out pretty good. So I'm happy with those clouds. I'm going to put some snow on the mountains now. It's Monday. You know, I had to get up at 1:30 in the morning to go to work, to go unload a truck. So I'm tired. 1:30 in the morning. I like these mountains because they're so flat. You know, they're not pointy. Uh, these are going to come out good. These mountains are going to come out really good. Uh, I hope if you're watching and you've never painted before, that you go buy some paint and some brushes. Make sure you get a knife like this. When I do my videos, I usually use this knife quite a bit for the mountains, okay? Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? I'm going to show you another trick since there's some couple of you on there. When you do your mountains, we can put some clouds around the top of the mountain. Some titanium white. It'll look like clouds rolling over the mountain. Usually on this side of the mountain, you could either leave it, you can leave your mountains like that if you want, if you like that look, or you can mix some blue and white and we could put some color on the shady side. So I'm mixing a little white and blue. Might as well show you. Just take a little water on here. Mix some white and blue. You'll get this kind of like the blue I used in the sky, but I want to put a little gray in it, so a little black. What the black does, it turns it into a color that's like in the shade. When you put black in a color, see, I just put a little in it, just a little black. It kind of gives it a dull gray look. And when you put black in a color, it means shade, okay? All this is going to be in the shade here. So whatever color you pick, you want to put just a little black in it, okay? Just a little black. And then we'll use that for the shade. Now, if you do your mountains, you have, everywhere I put white, I'm going to put a little bit of this shade color. Even underneath here, where it's running flat, it's going to look like a cliff in there now. You see that? Just pull it straight down with your knife. Everywhere you have white, even down here, we could turn those into like cliffs. You see that? These mountains are a little small, so I got to use the small side of my knife. And I'm just going to put the color right next to the white. So if you're new to the channel, I sold a couple paintings yesterday. I have my paintings hung at a brewery here in Seattle, and I have it set up where they just have to pay and take, and they use Venmo. So if you're going to sell your paintings, maybe you know somebody that has like a coffee shop or something that might let you hang some paintings in there. And that's the way I do it. Then you don't have to be there and try and sell your paintings. You can just, they sell on their own. It's pretty cool. But during the summer, I do shows. Here in Seattle, they have every weekend, they have farmers markets. I'm sure if you live in a larger city, you guys probably have farmers markets if you got like farms around your city. I tried selling on Etsy. Yeah, Etsy, and I didn't get any traffic on there. I guess because nobody knew me. I guess if I had 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I could probably get some people to go to Etsy to buy some paintings. But I tried it, and I didn't have any following, so it didn't really work out very good. And then another thing, all the new artists are doing computer work now, so that's why I was saying you should jump on board now and learn how to do it with your hands, and then it'll help you out if you end up doing computer art, because that's going to be the future. Computer art. Nobody's going to want real paintings anymore. It's kind of like music. Music, nobody buys CDs anymore, right? It's going to be the same thing with art. They're just going to own the rights to the picture like an NFT. I could be wrong because I mean, you still need to put pictures in your house, right? You need to hang some pictures up. But I can already see there's a lot of good computer artists out there. And not to mention the AI. I have this Imagine app. I could tell the app to design me a landscape with trees, water, and a mountain. And there it is, Imagine. And it'll, within 2 seconds, boom, it'll give you a landscape. Whatever you put in there. All right, there we go. This is looking pretty good. Kind of working my way down today. This was supposed to just be a cloud video, but I figure I'll just finish the whole thing. Taking my time. So right now I work at Michael's. That's why I had to get up early. Every Monday we get the new truck. I get all my stuff. I get a discount on all my art supplies. Here's my Michael's. See that Michael's building over there? I'm going to try and paint that up. I'm trying to get the art career going. I like working there at Michael's. It's really easy work. You know, you're just putting items up on the shelf. But like on Monday, that's the hard day. Because the semi-truck, it's always got a lot of stuff on it. Every Monday. We sell a lot of frames, for sure. A lot of frames. A lot of canvas too. I get these canvases, you get like 6 of these in a bundle for like $12.99. All right, there's my mountains. That looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna put this is always fun to do. Get a little bit of white. You just have to put a little white on the tip of this type of knife. It looks like a long triangle. And I'm going to run a trail from back there coming out. Just a little bit on the tip. And then first I like to make the design, and then I'll widen it out a little bit. We'll turn this into some kind of trail going off into the distance. There we go. Doesn't that look cool? It could be a water. It could be water. Melt, snow melt from the mountains. I'll show you my bubbles on here. I don't know if you've seen these bubbles yet. They have a lot of effects on YouTube. You got bubbles, you got dance lights. You could get some ideas right there for color. You see that? How it's changing different colors. That's pretty cool. Then they got this one that's called Dream. Look at that. You got to kind of wiggle it, and then it looks like a dream or a nightmare, whatever you want. I was watching this thing on a video earlier yesterday, and it's about dreams. This girl said if you're in a dream not to ask the day or the time or something. I don't know if you guys seen that TikTok video. I don't have TikTok, but that's where the video originated, on TikTok. Some girl that has very lucid dreams. This is looking pretty good. I kind of like it. Now, when you're designing on the fly like this, you have to decide. You have to decide how far you want this painting to look. Like, do you want these to be trees or bushes, or like how big is the person? How big is a person? If you put a person in here, how big are they out there? So you got to keep that in mind. Watch, I'll turn these into trees, and then maybe we'll get our perspective down. Let's make this like a few trees, big trees over here. Then we'll get our perspective down. So if someone was here, they'd be really small standing in there. Now, if you put a big tree here, you'd turn that into a bush, and then your foreground would move closer to you. Let me put a tree over here now. Ba-da-ba. We'll put some distant trees back here. It's looking pretty good. So that would be a river now. That would be like ice melt coming down because it's pretty big compared to those trees. Uh, so let me put a tree in here so I get my perspective down. Uh, let's put a big tree right here. All the way down. So we got something in the foreground, okay? There's a lot of ways, there's a lot of different trees you could put. It's all about the color. I just like putting a dark color down and then I'll highlight it. And then you could get your size of the tree the way you want it. You can make the branches longer, adjust it the way you want it. I put some bushes down here underneath it. Just like that, some bushes there. If you put one tree, you got to put another one. I'm just going to put one behind it. Just a small one. Like right behind it there. It's looking pretty good. You could put oh, here's what we'll do. To give this painting perspective now, you could put a tree out here in the middle. We'll put a couple of them just to make it look like, to give the painting some depth. And then pull the color at the bottom one way or the other. Just like that. You could put more trees out there if you want. This is looking pretty good. I might be able to sell this one. yeah, I might be able to sell it. Needs a few more things. I'm going to highlight this tree now. If you want to see how I do it, I just take a little bit of the dark color. This is sap green and a burnt umber mixture to make the trees. I just grab a little white, titanium white, and put it in the dark color just to lighten it up a bit. Turn like a light greenish color. And then I'm going to highlight the branches on this tree, maybe just on the right side. Just barely touch it, small touches. It's like putting a dress on this tree so the branches show up, okay? Just lightly touch it, just on the right side. See that? See how it kind of looks green still? It's a light green. You could put a little bit of light on these branches. The light might be getting around to these. You can highlight if you want them a little brighter, just put a little more white in the color, okay? I like it to be subtle. I like the highlight to be very subtle and not so bright. Because I want it to look like an oil painting, you know? If you start using really bright colors, it'll look like a cartoon. Here, like this tree that I did. It doesn't look like nature, you know. It's a different type of art. This is the one that sells. People really like these landscapes still. If you do abstract, you could still make an abstract landscape if you like doing abstract, you know. All right, so this is looking pretty good now. Highlight these trees a little bit. So let me show you how I do these bushes down here. I'm going to get a little yellow ochre. And some yellow. I did that whole painting I did. Those are the colors I used right there. Minus that yellow ochre. Just blue, sap green, black and white. That's it. Doesn't that look cool? Okay, I'm gonna mix some yellow and yellow ochre. I want these bushes to be a little brighter now, to stand out more. I'm going to mix, try a little yellow ochre with yellow. Maybe a little white. And take half of that and darken it up just a little with this sap green, and that way I have two tones. I got a darker tone, darker and a lighter tone there. Alright, I'm just going to fill my fan brush up. And when I highlight these, I just barely touch. First I try and find my bushes in here. Like obviously there's a bush here, but just barely touch it with the brush. And leave some of the dark color in there. And I'm going to make quite a few bushes in here, different colors. Put one over here on the side, a big one. I'm going to try the darker color now. I think I need to have a lighter. A light color one. That's good enough. Those look all right. I'm going to put some color out here at the bottom. All right, guys, let me see where I'm at on time. 53 minutes. This turned out to be a whole painting. The whole painting just started out as a cloud painting. The clouds look cool because there's my center point, and then I kind of put a line here to get the perspective of these clouds going off to the distance there from the corners down in. Came out pretty good. You could get a little bit of white on your fan brush, and the light's coming from the right. Let's put a little sparkle on these trees, like the light's hitting in here, okay? So what you do is just put a little bit of titanium white on some of the branches. Just barely touch it, like where you think the light would be hitting right there. That's enough. Don't put too much. And there might be a little bit hitting on this guy back here. Just really small touches of white. It's got a little yellow in it. Yellowish white. And then we can put some light hitting. Maybe it's hitting this bush right here a little bit. maybe the top of this one. Just a little bit of white. You don't need much. All right, guys, that looks pretty good. I think I got time to put a birch tree over there. Let me see if anybody wants me to put a birch tree in. I got 3 people left. Hey, thank you. Is that, I don't know how to say your name. Sheikh Umar. Nice to meet you, bro. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting a birch tree over on right here, straight up through the whole sky. Look at that painting. Still got all this area down here to work with. Could put grass, whatever. All right, that's looking pretty good. Trying to find my liner brush. Oh, there it is. The other day I left my liner brush in the water, and then it bent the tip because it was like that in the water for hours. I want to put a few birds in the scene. Just want to make sure my brush is working because it's kind of bent. It's kind of bent. It's hard to handle it. I like putting birds. Gotta put a few twigs in there. Use white right here. If you got like a dark tree like that, and you could put some white twigs over the tree. It looks kind of cool. With titanium white. Yep, looks cool. my my look at my brush. It's like I need to clean it a little bit. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm getting tired. I got to eat some lunch or breakfast. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to watch the beginning, it shows you how I put those clouds up with the perspective, like going back into the distance. Those small ones in the middle, then they get bigger and bigger. You can see the line. I drew a line here to show you the angle of to follow. And then once you do one side, you can just do the other side, kind of like the same. You could put that anywhere you want, this vanishing point. You could actually put it over here. And then you would go down and then up to the corner. And then down and up this way. And you could make the vanishing point anywhere you want. Alright guys, I'll do another video on that, but thanks for watching. I'm gonna do a video later on a larger piece. This is a 14 by 14. I want to do one on a 16 by 20 so I can make the clouds, get some more clouds in there. All right, this was all also this is from my head, like if you go back to my channel, you can see all the videos I've done. They're all from the mind. I help you try and create the landscape from your mind, okay? So you don't have to follow a picture. Once you get all the techniques down, you'll be able to make any kind of landscape you want. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.